Alright guys, as we had mentioned earlier, there was a little bit of an update that we did for the laser eye project. So, what we have done is we've gotten rid of the silicone, the stir stick, and the little mixing cup. What we have replaced it with is Superglue. In particular, this brand, Loctite Superglue Liquid Fast Acting Formula, comes in this little tube right here. That works, and the reason why it works is because it's clear when it dries. That's the key. Any brand of superglue or non-branded superglue, same kind of idea, will probably work, but it has to dry clear. That is the number one thing. As long as it dries clear, you can try it. We know this dries clear, that's why we're telling you about this one. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is what I do for the test, to check it. I just flipped this over. There's a lot of small writing on the back of this. And I'm just going to set my little thing here that's plastic. And I like to use that because it will show me that it's clear. If I do a couple of drops here, alright, I put about 3 drops down on there. And all I want to do is let that dry. However long it takes for the superglue to dry, I think it says it's like 30 minutes or something like that on here. What I recommend is give it 24 hours. If you come back tomorrow and you can read the text that's underneath that, you can move it around and you can still see and it's all clear, then you know that your superglue is going to work. We've looked at our superglue and we can see that we can see right through it. It's clear as a bell. So all we're going to do, real simple, I'm going to take a towel here because the little balls like to roll around. Everything about the drilling, the frosting, that has not changed. That's all still the same. So all we're going to do though is we're going to take the actual little balls here and we're just going to set them up right here on the towel, and I'm just going to put 1 drop of superglue inside. I want to cover the entire bottom with no bubbles. I probably should have done 1 at a time. I got anxious and did 2. Inside the cup is the same glass beads that we used before, and we're just going to basically put the glass beads directly into the cup. Just going to fill each of those cavities up with glass beads. Okay? Put the lid back on this so they don't go all over the place. You can, if you want, take a stick and kind of pack them down around there. But the main thing is you just want to cover the bottom of the glass, of the marble, with the glass beads and cover all the superglue. Let that dry. 24 hours, probably not even 24 hours, a few hours. Just long enough so it can dry. Then all you're going to do is dump what's left back into the container so you can save it for other eyes. And then what you'll have is a fine coating of the stuff.
Okay, so we lost the audio for this part, so we're going to do a voiceover. We're going to take a clamp and put the laser in it, laying it on a table, and that's to act as an extra hand while we go ahead and put superglue on the top of the laser. We're going to put the superglue on the top there of the laser all the way around, and that's going to hold the acrylic ball in place. So we want to line the acrylic ball up with the flat end, the side with the glass beads in it, and basically hover it over the top of the laser until you see the sparkly fire effect. Once you see that sparkly fire effect, you can go ahead and drop it down onto the laser. And you might want to practice this without the superglue a few times just to get the feel of it and to be able to know what that sparkly fire effect you're looking for. And you're going to be looking from the top down to see it in a brightly lit room. Now as the room gets darker and you get the fire, it'll encompass the whole ball. and you'll start to see it all over the entire ball. It's like I said, it's a sparkly effect. You bring the lights down, and we'll do that here in just a second, and you'll see that effect all over the ball. And once you get it there, you basically just want to let that super glue hold, let it dry and let it hold on there. That's going to be important for the next step when we go to put the final step on putting the epoxy onto the laser to hold the ball on. So get it there, check it if you want to put it into the dark and see what it looks like, and then leave it alone and let it dry.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to use some Loctite repair putty. Again, you don't have to use Loctite. Any kind of epoxy will work. I'm going to just cut off a little bit here. Normally it's not be so hot. It's so damn hot. So I'll in here. And after it's so hot, it's going to work really fast. So take it off of there, and basically we're going to stick it off the back there. Alright, going to work this. Is that going to be enough? Mm-hmm. I'm going to work this until it's nice and mixed. And once it starts to turn color, that's when it's mixed pretty good. And then what we want to try and do is roll this into like a Tootsie Roll kind of thing. You can kind of see that. And then very carefully, as to not upset what we've already got here. I think I'm going to re-roll that. Don't want it to be too long.
There you go.
Let's try it more like that. Okay, and then very carefully we want to apply the adhesive around the edge of the ball and kind of get it spread around, and then very carefully push it around it. To adhese the ball, because this is what's eventually going to hold it to the laser. The super glue is just to hold it down while we set it. And you just want to be really careful. Check it. Looks good. And just kind of smooth it around, making sure that you get it up on the sides of the ball just a little bit. We don't want to block it out, but we just want to get it up on the sides of the ball. And the more you do this, probably the better it'll become, until you have pretty much that right there. That looks pretty good. Just kind of make sure that you get it smooth all the way around, nice and clean. And I mean, you might even be able to clean up that edge a little bit. The main thing is just don't bump the ball loose, because if it is super glue, if you twist the ball, the super glue will come loose, but that's what you want. So that is a finished laser eye. And if you notice, if you do it right, I don't know if it's seeing it in the video, but you can see it from the top and from the side, and you're seeing like a fiery sparkle. So basically, once you're done with it, I just set it back in the clamp, let that dry, and when that dries, you have yourself a laser eye.
Well, thanks for watching. If you'd like to make your own laser eyes, you're going to need some frosted acrylic spheres, which you can make yourself following the directions in part 1 of our original Evil Eye Laser Eyes tutorial. But we're hoping to have some kits with pre-drilled frosted acrylic spheres available soon. If you would like more information about those kits or the pre-drilled frosted acrylic spheres, send an email to gothgloom@gmail.com, subject Evil Eye Laser Eyes.